What's up, YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter here with a $500 quarter box hunt. We are fresh off of that mega haul of silver, which I will link to right here. And those silver halves, by the way. And I picked up these quarters at the same time from the same bank that had all that silver. I've already opened the box to check to make sure we had circulated quarters, which we do. So this should be a fun box. I will be looking for all kinds of DDOs, varieties and errors, silvers, proofs, business strikes, all kinds of good stuff. I have a link in my description down below for the things I look for in quarters. Feel free to look at that, make a copy for yourself, and use it in your hunts. So with that, I'm going to get these quarters pushed back, and we're going to get into some rolls. So while I get this first quarter roll unwrapped, I wanted to take a moment to ask you guys to, if you need to, pause this video, look down below and find that subscribe button and go ahead and click on that. Click on that like button and click on that bell and select all so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Just want to make sure you stay in touch with the channel and get access to all my content as soon as I release it. It would also really help out the channel a lot as I'm trying to grow my subscribers. Clicking that like button does a lot more help in the search algorithm than you think. So please, if you do anything, just go down there and click that like button. All right, so we are on roll number 7, and this is a little bit of a reenactment because I've already seen this, but I want to show you what happened. I've been peeling these off, and I got here and was looking for a W, and you guys probably saw it when I laid that quarter down. Look what was behind that 2020. This is an 1853 seated Liberty quarter. I don't know the exact name of it, but this thing appears to be in fantastic shape. This is unbelievable. I gotta look this up. Let me look this up in Redbook real quick and see what we're looking at here. This is amazing. 1853. We can clearly let me zoom a little bit. I mean, Liberty is clear as day. We can see all the stars. We can see the lines in the harp. Some dents and dings and some tarnish. This is amazing. All right, I'm gonna put the camera down for a second. We're gonna look this up. Okay, so I'm a little flabbergasted at this one. Looking this up in Redbook, it is a seated Liberty, variety 2, because they added the rays around the eagle, and this has arrows on the date. And looking at photo grade, I'm trying to get you guys in a little close. This thing, in my opinion, is probably a VF20 to VF25 because we can see the clasp in her hair. Liberty is completely legible. We've got some tarnish and there's some wear on this coin. But I think the detail on this is absolutely amazing. And short of it being a fake, which it says it should weigh... No, 6.2 grams. That's exactly what it weighed. The variety 1 weighs 6.6. This one weighed in right at 6.2. I'm going to say this is legit. Now, Redbook has this listed between $50 and about $75. I need to check eBay to see what it's worth. But I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What do you think about this coin from a grade perspective? I mean, did I just kind of hit a little mini jackpot with this coin? This is unbelievable. This is the coolest thing I've ever found in a quarter box. So, yeah, I'm going to put, this is definitely a find. I have a 1983 that nobody cares about and a bunch of stuff to check for varieties, which, we care about. But let's be honest, that kind of stuff's worth a couple of bucks. This is a piece of history. This is an amazing find in a modern quarter box. So, sorry, I'm kind of zoomed out here. Let me get back in. This is just amazing. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below, man. I need some help with this. I'm kind of new to grading and really getting into numismatics. But man, this is cool. let me get back to these rolls. Hopefully we can find more stuff like this. This is just, I'm speechless, man. So we're on roll 25, and I thought now would be a good time to stop and kind of give you guys a lay of the land. We found 3 bicentennials. We found, I think this is 7 or 8 1983s. I always pull those and check for the Spitting Eagle. I didn't find any in these. I've never found a Spitting Eagle, but I have been lately trying to sell these in rolls and not had a whole lot of success. Of course, we have, I don't know if we'll be able to beat this later in the box, but this 1853 Seated Liberty quarter, silver quarter. But I did find 3 varieties. They're ones we've talked about before on the channel, but I thought I would go ahead and show you guys under the scope. The first one is a Homestead, and I'm trying to remember which one this is. This is the Snow on the Roof. You can see that big die chip or hunk of metal sitting up there on the roof. This would qualify as Snow on the Roof. Not worth much money, maybe $1 on eBay, maybe 2. This is the Homestead quarter, and it's called the Leaky Bucket. Got a big die chip underneath the bucket, so it looks like water is coming out. So again, worth maybe $1 or 2. And I have a million of these, but I thought I would show it off because I haven't shown one off in a while, but it's the 6th Claw Alaska quarter. You can see it right in here. It's got this extra little die chip or piece of metal, and they call this the 6th Claw variety or error. That's all we have found through 25 rolls. I say all a little facetiously because honestly, if I don't find anything else, I'm cool with that. This coin alone makes the box. So let me get back to these rolls. I will bring you in if we find anything else interesting. So here we are on roll 29. I just got the paper back. And I've got a really silvery looking quarter in here. I've never, well, I can't say never because that Seated Liberty silver. I've never found a modern silver. Usually when they look like this, they are Canadian or something else. So I'm not going to get too excited here. Let's get it out. It's a Philly 2000. I wonder if this is like the other quarter I found the other day. I think that was a 99 or a 2000. And since filming that, I think Freedom Coins posted it on his channel that there was a set of platinum plated quarters released. And this could be one of those. Oh, well, it's not silver, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but it's a find. I mean, if it's got platinum in it, that's fantastic. But I was really hoping that'd be silver. I've never found like a modern silver coin. Again, not to take away from you. You're fantastic. But anyway, let's get back to these quarters. We are down to our last roll, and I wanted to give you guys the lay of the land here. We have a number of potential errors, DDOs, and DDRs to look through. These are all from the last 25 rolls. Our finds from my previous little clip there are up here. We have expanded our number of 1983s and our bicentennials by quite a bit. Bicentennials 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We have 11 of those and probably 12 or 13 83s. As I told you, I'm pulling everything that looked like it's been eaten by the Cookie Monster. That won't go back to the bank and go in the coin machine because that'll get hung up and break it. And that's why they hate repairing coin machines. And I was recently made aware of a DDO on the In God We Trust on the Salt River Bay, Philadelphia quarters. So I've been pulling those aside, and I'm going to put all those under the scope here at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up. I'll open this last roll on camera in case we have a miracle, but we haven't found anything else, like a W or more silver along the way. We may find some errors and varieties in here, and I'll pull you in if we find them. But let's do this last roll together, and then I'll scope everything, and we'll do a quick wrap up. So here we go. Hopefully you guys can see this. All right, well that does it. So let me scope some stuff. We'll do a quick recap because I know I've gone over what I found already a couple of times. And I'm going to fill you in a little bit on what I've discovered about this Seated Liberty quarter since I found it. So let me get to the scope. So I'm bringing you guys in on this Delaware quarter. I know they have a Spitting S error. I'm sorry, not a Spitting S, a Spitting Horse error. and it's where there's a die crack coming out of the horse's mouth. And I don't know if that qualifies. I believe it does. This looks like it is a crack in the quarter. Where's my mouse? There it is. You can see it goes underneath the lettering, and it is coming out of the horse's mouth. And that crack appears to kind of work its way up kind of into the head as well. So I'm going to give that a second look on like Variety Vista just to verify it. If you guys have an opinion, feel free, leave it down in the comments below. I'm going to pull it aside as if it's a find unless I prove it otherwise. So now I have two more Homestead Snow on the Roof and Leaky Bucket examples to go with the two that are already up on the board. So let me show you those real quick, just to show you how these are a little bit different than the other ones. We actually have a big die chip. This is probably the biggest one I've ever seen, and it extends all the way under the pedestal from the bottom of the bucket. This is a huge die chip. So we'll hang on to that. And I've got one more Snow on the Roof. It's very minor. You can see right here, a little bit of snow on the roof. That's something I'll probably toss back. I'll throw it on the board as a find for this video, but it's not severe enough that I would hang on to it. So I'm going to bring you in here for this Arizona quarter. If you've watched my channel before, you've seen that I've found a lot of these in the past, but this is an error variety that it's a die chip that ends up creating what looks like two extra cactuses or two extra rocks or leaves, I guess, over the creator's initials. This should say JM or JIM. Let me grab another one just so you can see it. Let's see here. There's what it's supposed to look like. Very clearly you can see the initials, and on the error, there it is. It's covered up. So anyway, we'll call that a find as well. So we've got a couple more varieties for the board. Okay, so I didn't find any other varieties in the other stuff or errors that I was, and all the other stuff I was looking at. So for a recap, and I'm going to take you over to the computer in just a second to show you a couple of things, but we have our Arizona extra cactus error. We had a couple of snowy roof and leaky bucket errors. We had the sixth claw error on the Alaska. From what I'm looking at online, this does look like it would qualify as the Spitting Horse Delaware quarter. We did get a platinum plated quarter. This is the second one I've gotten. I don't know where I put the other one. I think I put it in a flip somewhere. But it doesn't weigh enough to be silver. It has the wrong mint mark. And it looks like the platinum plated quarters that I have seen online. Of course, the star of the show is the seated Liberty 1853 quarter, which we'll get to in a second. We didn't find any more bicentennials, but I'm going to hang on to these because selling these by the roll on eBay can be quite profitable. No Spitting Eagle 83s. I may try to continue to sell these on eBay. My last couple of sales were not great, so I may just toss these back. And of course, I have the uglies. I got $1.25 and just super uglies. I'm going to have to go turn those in somewhere, like a gas station or something. But these are awful quarters. Or maybe just put them in a cup and see how many uglies I can get over the next few months. So anyway, let's talk. Oh, and let me take you over the computer real quick, just to show you guys, if you are unaware, there is a new discovery. It's a new DDO on that Salt River Bay quarter that I was talking about. Excuse me while I move you around here. And this is an example of one that sold for $45. Excuse me, sold for $45 on eBay, and you can see how thick the letters are. Some of the examples I found, you can actually see doubling of the letters. Most of the examples, they're just really, really thick. Like you can see this O looks like it's a really stretched out O. And what I have pulled up here is one from my, one of my batches. You can see how thin the lettering is. So if you have any of these that look stretched or potentially, shadowed, like they've been double stamped, that's a double die obverse, and those are going for decent money on eBay, as the one I was just showing you went for like $45. So keep an eye out for those. So bringing you back over to this quarter, I have already kind of hit the community. I reached out to our good friend Rob Finds Treasure, and he kind of confirmed what I thought, that this quarter would probably grade out at a mid to high range VF. And according to the 2021 Red Book, that puts this thing somewhere between a $50 coin, that's at a VF20, an extra fine 40 would put it at about $175. Looking at eBay sales, though, this coin is anywhere from about $50 all the way up to about $150, which is kind of in line with what Red Book says, and I think it just depends on how good the pictures are on eBay and who's looking. So apologies for the edit there, but this is PCGS for our 1853 Seated Liberty Quarter. At a VF30, you can see that it's going for 95. Last one at auction actually went for, or I'm sorry, that's the population. The guide is 95. And if it made it as high as a VF35, or maybe that even puts it into XF, you're talking about a $120 coin. If it went as low as a VF25, we'd be about 80. So eBay's right in there, right? So for a quarter, I'll take a coin all day long that's going to grade or bring in anywhere from, $50 to $85, $90, $100. So this is the find of a lifetime for me in a quarter box. And this is coming on the heels of that fantastic silver $50 box we had earlier in the week. So with that, I'm going to end it here. Apologies if I've repeated myself a lot and spent a lot of time on this quarter. I'm just really excited about it. I think it's an amazing find. So anyway, if you like this video, please do click that like button, click that subscribe button, click the bell, and select all so you get notified every time I drop a new video. And I really appreciate you guys coming to the channel and checking out my videos as I drop them. And you guys, you're the best. I wish you well, take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.